What is going on, guys and girls? It's GhostRobo, and welcome back to Evolve. Today, things get serious and things get very exciting. I am proud to announce that I am participating in the very first ESL Evolve tournament this Friday, live from PAX East Boston in the ESL Arena and live on Twitch. You'll be able to catch all of it starting at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time this Friday, March the 6th. I am part of Team Triggers Down, and we are ready to rock and roll. I'm playing Medic, I'm playing Caira, and things are good. My team is SK Halo God, Prodigy, Game Sager, and myself. I'll put links to all their stuff in the description below. You can check them out. We've got pros, we've got prowess, and we've got pride, and we are ready to go in and do some work. It's been super fun to get to know these guys and practice with them. You're about to witness some of our practice rounds as we iron out our team tactics and get things all set and straight for this Friday. It's been a cool experience. I've never played a game at a very highly competitive level like this. Like, I've been good at games my whole life. I've loved them my whole life. I even played in some Evolve stuff back at E3 last year, but this is the first time, like, I'm practicing as if this was a basketball team. You guys know I've played sports my whole life. I coach basketball now, AAU. It's intense, and let me tell you, training in Evolve has been just as intense. We're constantly rejiggering things, figuring out what works best, trying to adjust our strategy, improve a little bit, talk, and it's like a crazy awesome thing, and it really, playing at a higher level, reveals all of the nuances that make Evolve great. And I'm so glad that it looks like this game will be able to ascend into a tournament level esports type game. I have taken over Caira for this team. You guys know I love Lazarus, but the more I play Caira, the more I wonder why I ever liked Lazarus, because her grenades, her ability to heal from afar and keep the team standing at all times is just brilliant. And I hope to God that I can come through for these guys on Friday. It's an 8-team tournament. There's a mix of pros, Call of Duty pros, Halo pros, as well as just big Evolve influencers and fans, guys from Twitch, guys from YouTube. It's going to be really exciting. Now, I participated in a tournament a couple weeks ago, the Chappie Challenge, and didn't fare so hot. But this time, I've got a team that I think can really do some work. We've been practicing, we've been communicating, and I mean, like, I thought this thing was going to be, like, pretty small time, but they've got casters. It's going to be in front of, like, live people, and it's, I don't know, my mind is kind of blown right now, the fact that so soon after the game's release, I get to play in something awesome. We're playing against a Kraken here, doing some work in some custom games, because this tournament is going to be very similar to the Chappie Challenge. Perks are turned off, Elite Wildlife is turned off, and it's the same format, best 2 out of 3, and it's going to be decided by a coin flip who gets to be monster or hunter first. Winner of the coin toss picks who they want to be. The other team picks the map, and then you swap, and then on the third game, you would swap again. So many things factor in here. One, you got to prepare for all 3 monsters. You don't know who you're going to face, and you got to make sure that your team composition is ready for that. Maybe that even means mastering 2 characters within a class in order to be ready for anything in case you need to switch come that third game. It also means that you got to figure out what maps you're best at, what maps are gonna, be the most beneficial for you as a hunter group, as a hunter team, and then just figure out ways to work together to better cooperate and to just capitalize on some of those small things. I've been watching a lot of Evolve lately, a lot of players who are better than me by far, and so much of it seems to come down to either subconscious actions or just minute tweaks. Like, there's not a whole lot of, like, secret skills that people can do. You can't all of a sudden bust out a mega gun and input some Konami code and make your character better than the rest. A lot of it is just positioning, prediction, and then execution, and that's something that I've really tried to improve on. And I'm not perfect, but again, I think our coordination is going to be excellent, and I hope you guys tune in. I hope you guys follow along. I'll be tweeting it out, and hopefully we can have a big Triggers Down fan base and support group, and you guys can be cheering us on as we go to work on Friday. So the most we can do, the best we can do would be to win 3 rounds in a row. 8 teams, so it's going to go 8-4-2, and then a champion. And what's cool about this is it's sort of the first real big public thing for Evolve to prove itself as a competitive game and to prove itself as something that's exciting to watch and exciting to play. There's been a good number of online tournaments, but I don't think they had as much exposure as this one is going to get, and as excited as people are for this thing. And it's going to be cool. You know, I'm excited to just be able to play and be a part of it. Like, it's a pretty cool honor. Like I said, I know I'm not the best Evolve player, and I know I've made mistakes, but I have learned and grown a lot. If you watch my early gameplay, it has improved so much over the months, over the many videos. I think we're over 60 videos now of Evolve. I've obviously played much more than that off camera, and I've gotten a lot better. And I think Caira is a lot of fun. I've decided that it's just as fun to focus on keeping my team alive as it is dealing damage. Something that I really embrace with this squad is that I am mostly focused on healing. When I was playing in the last tournament, I wanted to be a damage dealer. I wanted to sort of carry the team, and now I've just kind of settled into this role in a really nice spot where I'm trying to assist us with the acceleration field, trying to boost Daisy if we've got a little Maggie action, trying to make sure our team stays safe. And I've just learned some things by talking to these guys, sort of their mastery, not only of Evolve, but of other games as well, and just the competitive nature of how these things go down, and just better learning to use my weapon switches, my healing burst, how to get out of sticky situations, prepping all that. Like, it's been fun to train with these guys late at night. They're all West Coasters, so I got to stay up really late to get the rounds in and the matches in. But we've been playing against some super good monsters, which has been crazy. It's a totally different ballgame than when you just go on and face off against public people. And I wonder if eventually they'll need to make some balance tweaks for like a tournament mode. It would be really cool to see a spectator mode of this game. I think it would enhance Evolve's ability to be a competitive game if there was an opportunity for people to watch it, you know, from sort of, I don't know what they would do, some sort of overhead or some sort of managed camera perspective. I'm trying to keep everybody alive. Kraken is dealing some pretty solid damage, but so are we, capitalizing on early and often domes and big battles. I still think Kraken's the coolest monster. He's still my favorite to play. I won't be playing monster in this tournament. I will be focusing exclusively on medic, but I'm cool with that. Like, I really, you know, at one point I was going to play something else, but I really like playing medic. I really enjoy, you guys know that. I've loved it from the start, and I'm just excited to get there. I'll be at PAX East all weekend, and it's going to be a blast, and just fingers crossed we can bring our A game, our A+ game, our S game, our special rank game, and stay alive in this tournament as long as possible. As you can see here, it is no fun to be the Kraken when Caira is healing up. Like, trying to keep people alive. Hank is shielding me as well. We're working that teamwork, that cooperation, keeping everybody in full strength, even giving Daisy a little bit of love. I've fallen, you know, more into the favorable side of the Daisy equation lately. She has proved her worth somewhat, especially, you know, in concert with Caira's acceleration field, moving Daisy along the map, especially early on. As soon as she picks up that scent, if you're playing Caira and you've got Maggie, I super advise you to pop the acceleration field and move forward. The other things I've got along the way of Caira is, you know, using your acceleration field as an evasion tool. Like, if the monster's keying in on you, using that to not only help yourself but your teammates be able to dodge quicker. It's also great when the dome drops to pop the acceleration field to stay on the monster's trail as best you can. Maybe assist, you know, your trapper if it's Abe to get a tracking dart in, if it's, you know, whoever you're playing with, to allow them to use their skills to better just amplify them as much as you can. And also, I like to use it with the healing burst to kind of get in and get out as best as I can. We found Kraken again, and we're engaging right away, dealing damage. His health is at about a third right now, so it's our fight to lose, really, at this point. We would rather deal damage, and as you can see, I could be napalming Kraken, but my goal is to make sure my guys don't go down. And then if I can get a little napalm action in on him, the great thing about the napalm cannon, napalm launcher, is that it does damage over time. So if you do get a hit on Kraken, you will be, you know, pulling a little of his health away slowly but surely as time goes on. Sorry about all the notifications. I turned my notifications on so that I could party up with these guys, and then it's a barrage as I play the game with little pops and whatnot. We're playing here on Xbox One, obviously. I'm going to be bringing my controller and bringing some of my stuff to the tournament. I think there we're playing on PC, so people will have the option of keyboard and mouse or controller. I like controller. I'm going to use controller. Get a little napalm on Kraken. We'll instantly switch to the heal gun. I'm getting knocked backwards by that orbital, but it's okay. Just fire in some of those grenades. keep our trapper alive, keep things going good. Like, this is a great group of guys. I was a little nervous. I was a little intimidated. We got people who have played games at a pro level. I've never done anything like that. I'm just GhostRobo who loves games and, you know, tries my best to do well. But, like, they've been really, really awesome, and it has been fun, and I've sort of found my comfort zone, and now we're helping each other out and hopefully going to go get this. I know our monster has been practicing a ton. He's super into the game, and he's a very, very strong monster player, so I'm not worried about that front at all. Whether we end up winning or losing the coin toss, we're going to be in good shape, and I still, like, after this, I'm going to go get some more practice in. And again, I can't emphasize how fun, like, it's been as a team, you know, and you don't even have to play at a tournament level. A lot of people ask me, you know, oh, how can I sign up for tournaments? Where do I go? There's plenty of options. I'll actually put some links in the description for this video, so you guys could go check out what the ESL has to offer. And again, I'm not sponsored by any of this stuff in any way. I just really like the game, and it's been so fun for me. I want to share it with you. I never once have been sponsored in any of my Evolve videos, not by 2K, not by ESL, not by any of that stuff. Like, this is just pure passion from me, and it's great that I found a game that I really like and I'm pretty good at, and has a budding community that is building, and it's getting strong, and I can't wait for the new content. Hopefully it's soon. Oh my god. Imagine adding 4 more hunters and a 4th monster into the equation, how much that's going to add to the game. You can see my stats piling up for Caira. Picked up about 12,000 healing points there, some good distance travel, a little bit of napalm. Got to make sure you keep that monster roasted. You don't want to get him too burnt. You don't want to keep him too bloody. You just got to get that nice mix. We're going to run it back with another match right now for you guys against the same monster player, but a different map. Have a chance for you to see us go to work again, and like what's really interesting as well, and I mentioned this at the top of the video, is how the game changes as the skill level of players increase. So what may have been important early on kind of flips itself, you know, upside down a little bit, and that's something that I really have found interesting. Like tactics and sort of focus points that may be of the utmost importance in the matchmaking all of a sudden be different. And a lot of it has to do with doming fights and sort of, especially how the monster engages and how fights go down. And sort of, I feel like there's many more engagements at a higher level, and that those fights are obviously just as important, but it doesn't seem to boil down to one big dome at the end. Like a lot of my matches on Xbox, especially when I play the monster, it's me getting to level 3 and going to work. And then when I play the hunters, you know, we're trying to get an early dome, and we either dome and kill early, or we finish it late at its full evolved form. But these rounds, most of them go with a lot of engagements. A little bit of health is traded here or there. It's just seeing who can grab the advantage, and then one side goes all in when they know they've got the lead. We are playing on Aviary, which is still one of my favorite maps. I can't wait for new maps. I can't wait for new maps. Like, as excited as I am for new hunters, I think maps are going to really make the longevity of this game, make or to break it as well. Because if the maps look just like Dam and Barracks, ho-hum, but I hope that they can really... I almost said Evolve. I really want to avoid the Evolve puns in my Evolve videos. It's hard, but I think if they can do that, it'll be really, really, really awesome. I got my GhostRobo shirts. If you guys were into that and got one, those should be arriving in about a week or 2, but I've got an early batch that I'll be wearing at PAX East, so I'll be supporting our squad back home, you guys, the awesome Evolve series fans, as well as my team sporting the GhostRobo GhostRobo shirt. I wish that guy was in the game, or like a little emblem of him. How cool would that freaking be? But again, I'm just like really happy, and I gotta thank you guys for enjoying and supporting my Evolve videos and watching them and commenting, because that, you know, when they were looking for people to invite to this tournament, that's obviously something they looked for, who was really into the game, who had a great community around it, who was, you know, really into this whole scene so far that they're trying to create here. And like, I couldn't have done it without you guys. If no one was watching, there's no way that they would even know that I exist. So thank you so much for making this possible. I hope you guys will tune in. Like I said, I'll be tweeting everything out, and it should be a pretty good time. We've got this Kraken on his heels. I have been reading your challenges, by the way. I wanted to let you know I have been reading your challenges. After the Goliath challenge, there were hundreds more, and I'm keeping those in mind. They probably won't be on the internet till after this tournament, because I'm going to be focused on that. And I'm going to do my best for those of you that don't have a chance to watch it live to find a way to get those games, whether I capture it off of Twitch or I get some direct feed or something. I'm going to try to find a way to share that with you guys. Hopefully I'll be able to make that possible after I get home from PAX. PAX East is in Boston. It's freezing cold there. I'm in Indiana. It's not that long of a journey, but it's definitely a plane flight away. And I'm like equally nervous and excited. And I wonder how I feel once I step up there. Like, you know, I played sports all through high school as a 4-year varsity athlete, and I would, even as a senior, still get so nervous before games. When I started coaching, I would get really nervous as well. But I've coached high school basketball. I've coached AAU travel high school basketball. I've coached at schools. I've coached elementary school, middle school, to the point where I've probably coached, I don't know, 200 games or something like that, 150, 200 games over the last 4 or 5 years. And it's to the point now where I have such a comfort zone that I walk in there, I know what I'm doing, I know what our team's about, I know what we're going to do, I give my pregame speech, boom, 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 we move through, and we move onto the court and are ready to play. And I wonder, like, I know Evolve pretty well. I know what I'm doing, I know how to play medic, I know my teammates. Well, when those casters start and I get on stage, Ghost, you got to get in the dome. There you go, buddy. I wonder if I'm going to be, like, shaking. I could be. I don't know. I get nervous. Like, especially the last year or two, I started having, like, anxiety type stuff. And I'm not going to, like, break down or anything like that. But I can see, I don't know. I hope there's a lot at stake here. I mean, there's not really. It's not all that serious, but we've been taking it pretty seriously, and so I hope that we're able to capitalize and make it a really cool time. And I feel like I've got to represent you guys well. I feel like I got to go in there and play my best medic, because that's what I've loved since the start. That's what I've kind of talked to you guys about the most, shown off the most. And just, like, I want to do you guys proud. I want to go in there and not only, like, make, you know, it good for my teammates and for the competition and whatnot and for myself, but I want, like, I don't know, like, I felt like I let you guys down last tournament. I played good as the monster, and our team wasn't that well coordinated, but I still felt like I didn't do enough, you know, to really make you guys proud. So I want to use the second opportunity as a chance to do that. And there are some good teams in this tournament. They haven't announced all the teams yet, I don't think, but there's some pretty good teams. You know, I've watched some of these guys play. I've watched Pushing Daisies play, if you go to the website and check them out. I know some people from Vern and the Funky Bunch, but I think Trigger's down. I think we're ready to go. I think we're ready to go, and it should be good. This Kraken is almost ready to go into the grave. You know, playing against a lot of Kraken and a lot of Wraith lately. Haven't played against a lot of Goliath. It seems like most people at the high level choose Kraken and Wraith, and I don't know if you guys know this or not. I mentioned it briefly in my last video, but there's been some notes and some patches and some changes that they are, like, some balance tweaks to the game that they are trying to make, and I'm not sure if they have been implemented in the Xbox One version or not. So they've made a bunch of changes that will be interesting to see how they factor in, but for this weekend, it is all about the ESL tournament. It's all about Team Triggers down. We're going to work, and we are ready to win this thing. So show some love, show some support. I hope to see you guys over on Twitch on Friday. Follow along with me on Twitter, twitter.com/GhostRobo. Check out my teammates. Send them some love from the GhostRobo Army, and we will see you guys next time. Until that time, thanks so much for supporting. Thanks for making all this possible. I love you guys super mucho. Drink so much. Until next time, we'll see you all later.